Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a Stamp and Chat with Kay. It's great to be here. Hello, Sharon from Texas. Nice to have you here. Hi, Teresa. Teresa also lives in Texas. Good morning, Yvonne from Utah. I just know where all you guys live now. I think Judy might be from Ohio. Yes. Hello. Well, good morning from Minnesota. That's where I live. Oh, thank you. You're already sharing the giveaway. Speaking of sharing, for sharing and let me know that you've shared, I'm going to give away 2 yards of the beautiful lace, because of course if we're making a card with Queen Anne's lace, we should do a little giveaway with lace. So that's what we're going to do. Kind of fun. Virginia Beach, hello. Delaware, oh my goodness, from all over the place. Yeah, I'm having my coffee. I hope you guys are having yours too. How's the volume today? Should I speak louder? Good morning. I'm going to look and see how the volume's doing. I told Steve, I need a new phone because I think my volume is going. I mean, I've maybe dropped it 1,000 times. I don't know. Could that have something to do with it? And honestly, I have had this phone since October of 2015. So it's coming up on 5 years. Does anyone have a phone older than 5 years? I'm just curious. Hello, everybody. Yeah, one of the reasons I would love a new phone, number one, I think it would help the volume issue or the sound issue that I've had occasionally. And number two, always better cameras on these phones. And as you know, I take lots and lots of pictures. In fact, my kids grabbed my phone, not all my kids, one of my children, when we went out for supper the other night, well, we went to their backyard, their patio, and had supper with them. But they were laughing at all the pictures that I take. So many! Hello, everybody. Oh, good. Sounds like my volume is good. I hate changing phones too, Sharon. That is why I have not done it. Oh, yes. Oh, we have somebody here whose phone is older than 5 years. Oh, don't tell my husband. He's like, well, what's wrong with it? He goes, you can buy those mics, can't you? I don't know. Good morning. Oh, some people are happy to catch my live. Oh, I'm so glad I'm a bright spot in your day. Thank you. Oh, she's had kidney problems too. Oh, Pauline, I'm so sorry to hear it. A kidney stone, those are terrible. I've never had one, but I've had lots of friends that have had to go through that, and it's very painful. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Okay, so I have so many mailbox cards to share with you. Just get comfortable. So I have a customer, you all know her well because she has been my customer for many, many years now, and she loves to make and share cards. And she sent me a box of cards for me to donate to our local Befrienders group, and I believe it was over 150 cards. And she is just a pro at making cards, and I just couldn't believe how generous she is. And so I picked out some of the cards to share with you because they all use this product suite. I think it's called Peony Garden, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't have the catalog in front of me, and I don't even have it. And after all these cards, I'm like, okay, why don't you have this set? But it is so beautiful, and if you're looking for cards that make really nice sympathy cards or really nice thinking of you cards, this would be your set. I also think you could change out to a different stamp set for sentiments and make some really amazing wedding cards because these cards are just beautiful. So I'm going to share all of these cards first. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them to share with you. And she's so good. She included an envelope with every single card. Some of the envelopes are even stamped. And she always does a little something on the inside. So again, this is Elaine Wheeler, one of my longtime and most wonderful customers. And so here is the first one, a very nice tag card featuring the prized peony stamp set. And then I love the way she layered the paper. You'll notice she put 2 stripes down of the gray floral paper. And then this is actually, it looks like paper, but this petal pink piece is just the flower stamped over and over, tone on tone, to make it look almost like a background paper. So it matches so nicely with the gray paper. And then on the inside, she's got it all decorated, and even the envelope is decorated. She is my inspiration, I tell you. The next card I wanted to share with you from Elaine is this one. Look at those fabulous layers. You know, anytime you want to up the level of your card and make it just look so, like, amazing, just add another layer. Those little skinny 1/8 inch layers. Wow. Don't they make the card look super special? So this is another card, and you'll notice also she has that beautiful, it's that vellum square doily. So pretty. That just looks perfect in the background. Here's another card Elaine made, and oh my gosh. Oh, I should show you. Did she have inside on this one? Yes, the inside here is just a little strip of paper, so there's plenty of room for your sentiment. The next one, and I love tone-on-tone cards, and this is just beautiful. So this is done in grays and white. Leave it up here so you guys can see. And it has some pearls on there for an accent. And the Whisper White layer is actually run through the Subtles embossing folder. It's just amazing. And all of you guys are making so many wonderful comments. I know, it's just a beautiful card. Then I love the way she did a second generation peony on the inside and then stamped with full strength ink over the top of it. Just so gorgeous. And then another card she made. I love the edging on this card. So this is what the card looks like. And this is a really neat idea. If you're just looking to spice things up a little bit with your card making, cut like a 3/4 of an inch or a 1/2 inch off the side of your front flap, and then make that a pretty edge. So there's a really pretty edgelet sort of border die in the set of peony dies. And you can just make beautiful card edges with that. Isn't that gorgeous? And then, of course, this one uses all those gorgeous dies that are layered together and then sponged. Elaine sponged this to give it a lot of depth. So really, really a stunning card. And then this is what the inside looks like, in case you need some ideas for the inside of your cards. Oh, and a stamped envelope, of course. All right, and then the final card is a sympathy card, and I'm not sure where the sentiment comes from. I don't think it's with this stamp set. But again, as I mentioned, switch out whatever sympathy stamp sets you might have. You could add something a little different if you want a little bit different look. So just beautiful. And correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I don't know this stamp set very well, so maybe those words are part of that stamp set. I guess I didn't really look that close. But it's really beautiful. So she cut the peony in this one out of vellum, which makes a nice accent to the vellum doily that's at the top. And then with sympathy on the inside. Oh, I just love it. I can't even stop looking at it. So thank you again so much, Elaine, for all the beautiful cards you donated to our local Befrienders group. They are an outreach group to the community where I live in, serving shut-ins and especially during COVID, people that aren't able to go out because of immune compromised health systems. They are, not getting out as much. And so they are sent cards, or they are even delivered wonderful basket drop-offs with bundles of cards put in the basket so that they can spread joy themselves by sending a handmade card to a friend or a family member that they haven't been able to get together with in person. So it's really a wonderful, wonderful thing. More cards. Okay, so this card was sent to me by one of my downline members. Her name is Brenda Hillard. She has sent me many cards in the past, and this one, oh shoot, I don't have the stamp set in front of me. It's something in the holiday catalog. I don't have it, but I'm going to show it to you, and you quick and very sharp-brained people will figure it out way before I do. But look at this card. It's a cute, cute card, and it uses one of those gold rings, one of those gold hoops, and I'm going to try and hold it up close. So those little hearts have daisies in them, and they're from a stamp set towards the back of the August through December 2020 mini catalog from Stampin' Up. So if you're ever wondering what to do with that stamp set, isn't this a great idea? Oh, I love it. I was so excited. And then she decorated the envelope, she decorated the inside. She's just fantastic. And she used the, I don't know what it's called, but it's like all the little tiny flowers on that embossing folder. Just fantastic. I love it. I love it. So thank you, Brenda. Then I have another card that I got in the mailbox just yesterday. In fact, all three of these cards came yesterday. This is from a longtime customer. Her name is Lynn Washer. And look, she decorated the envelope flap as well. I love it when I see that. And then here is the card that she sent to me, which uses the Love of Leaves bundle. And it's so pretty, and I love how the layer behind that leaf really is such an accent. And of course, as you'll notice, it matches the flap of the card. And then the leaf is just offset to one side, and then just a whole bunch of little hellos. So thank you so much, Lynn. You just totally made my day. Totally. So that was really fun to get. And then another downline member sent me a card. Her name is Tammy Nelson. And she was congratulating me for achieving 500,000 in career sales with Stampin' Up. So she sent a shaker card to me, which is super fun. I shook it for like 5 minutes, but here it is. And it uses the beautiful autumn stamp set. So just a really fun shaking kind of card. So much fun. So I don't know if you can see, but she's got lots of the brushed foil in there. It's really fun. So thank you so much, Tammy. I loved it, and I loved your sweet note on the inside. And it's, you know, everybody loves to be recognized, and I'm no exception. So it really made my day to get this card. Thank you again. All right, so let's go ahead now, and I will show you the card we're making today. So we are going to make this beautiful card. It's the Queen Anne's Lace card. And what I love about it is this is another idea for those of you that might be very new demonstrators, possibly even joining Stampin' Up! For the very first time this month because of the Get and Go Starter Kit special. So this is a cute little card you can make with the stamp set that is a bonus in the starter kit this month. And so we are going to flip the camera down right now, and we'll get started doing this one. All right, here is the beautiful card, and it looks Blushing Bride ink and Mary Merlot, but it's not. It's just Mary Merlot, and it makes that beautiful two-tone when you do second and third generation stamping, which is almost the exact same color as Blushing Bride. So it was when I was doing that, I was playing with the stamp set just on some scrap paper, and after I stamped it, I took the, you know how we do that, you know, kind of clean the stamp off before we actually put it into our chamois to clean it off completely. I noticed that the color was very similar to Blushing Bride. So that is how I ended up picking these colors. So we have Mary Merlot, Blushing Bride, and Very Vanilla. And one of the things that really excited me about this stamp set is, first of all, it's very easy to make. And where is my stamp set? Good Lord. I don't even see it. I don't know. Where could it be? Well, I guess you'll just have to look in the catalog because I, for some reason, cannot find it. But I do have everything set up on blocks, so I'm good there. But it's a beautiful stamp set, and the images are pretty simple. They lend themselves to easy and quick stamping, and I was ever so excited when I realized that the jar punch is the perfect companion to Queen Anne's lace, because doesn't that just like fit perfectly into the jar, and it just looks so natural and just perfect. So we're going to start with our card base of Mary Merlot. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. As you notice, I am making 2 cards, as I always do, because I like to give away my cards that I make on my Facebook Lives with my Stamp and Chat with Kay. And I give them away to anybody that, you know, makes a comment or shares the video. And then this time the giveaway along with the card will be 2 yards of the let's look up the name of this. It is called Very Vanilla Scalloped Lace Trim. So that will be the giveaway. All right, so we have our panels prepared. The inside is very simple. I decided to stamp on envelopes and not on the inside, so we are just doing a strip of the Blushing Bride on the inside. So let's go ahead and get those set into our card and out of the way. So I have a 4 by 5 1/4 inch panel of Very Vanilla for the inside. And then on the bottom, we're putting a 3/4 inch by 4 inch strip of the Blushing Bride. So that's nice and simple. I am going to use my Stamp and Seal in order to put this in. Get all my little Post-it notes off here. And then we're just going to open this up and set this in so it's nice and even. All the borders look nice and even. And we'll do the same thing for the second card. And there we go. So we have our inside panels done. Now let's work on stamping the envelopes. So I have 2 Very Vanilla envelopes here. And I was so inspired by Elaine Wheeler and all of the envelopes she customized for her cards that I'm going to make much more of an effort to stamp my envelopes as well. So we have our Queen Anne's lace, and I'm going to ink this up with crumb cake because our stems are going to be in crumb cake. So you just want to set this in about like so. We're going to do the second envelope at the same time. There it is. And then what we want to do is we're going to take the petals of the Queen Anne's lace, and we're going to color those petals Mary Merlot with an undertone of Blushing Bride. So to do that, we're going to take the Mary Merlot ink that up, and then what you want to do is just set it onto your flower, stamp it once, twist and turn, and twist and turn, so that you get this lovely, beautiful pinkish glow around those flowers. So we'll do the same thing here. So we'll set it on and then just move it a little bit just to get that glow, just like that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our front panel. And again, these are very simple measurements, very easy. Anybody can do this. This is 4 by 5 1/4 Very Vanilla panel. And again, I'm going to stamp the flower image first. And where do we put that on our card? Well, one thing you want to remember, let me grab the punch. This punch is fairly wide across the base. This is the jar punch. And you want to make sure that when you're putting your flower onto your front card panel that you're going to have enough room to put that jar down here. And so what I figured out is that if I kind of look towards the middle of my card, if I have a pen, I think I have a pen here. So I'm just going to put like a line on my scrap paper and then just set my my card panel so that that line is sort of centered into the center of my card panel. Then when I ink up the flowers, I can just look at this stem right here, this stem that's coming up from the tallest flower. I'm going to keep it pretty high. So we're going to bring it up so that we have maybe a half, maybe about 3/4 of an inch from the top. And then you're just going to set it in here just like so. And when you do it that way, you will have enough room for your jar over here. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for this one. So again, we're going to ink it up in crumb cake. And we'll make sure that the top of the flower, again, is pretty close to the top of the card. And then we'll set it in so that this stem is about in the middle of where the card is. I would say the right here is what you're looking at. And that turned out really nice. So now we're going to repeat what we did on our envelopes. We're going to take the Mary Merlot ink, and we're going to take the flower petals. We're going to ink that up. And we're going to set this in. And I'm going to have to bring this closer to me so I can make sure I'm doing this. It's a little difficult because I can't get my head right over the top. If it doesn't turn out, don't worry. I'll make another one for you and send you the better one. But you're putting it down once. You're lifting up. You're bringing it up just a little bit. Pressing again. And look at that. It's perfect. I'm going to hold this up really close to the camera so you can see that little bit of a blushing bride halo that appears around the flowers. And this becomes more apparent as it dries. So just give it a little time. Do the same thing for this one over here. Once again, I have to bring it a little bit closer to me. I'm going to drop this in full strength. Give it a second to soak in. Lift it up, and then just lift it up a little bit. Now, when I was doing the envelopes, I was just kind of like, you know, not quite as perfection. I wasn't looking for perfection on the envelopes. But on my card, I want that really perfect halo all the way around. And it just looks beautiful. So much prettier in real life. You just have to trust me. All right, then we're going to take our jar punch. And you just want to use a scrap of Blushing Bride and just punch out 2 jars. So easy. Then what you want to do is we're going to pretty these jars up. So let's go ahead and take some lace. And I'm going to get my scissors here, and you just want to make that a little bit. Oh, that looks so pretty with the 2 scallops like that. That's where I'm going to cut. So we're going to have it so that we have 2 scallops going across the front of the jar. So give yourself a little room to do a tape on. And then we're going to put this, see where the jar is curving here? We want to make sure it's below that curve a little bit. That'll be about the perfect height for our lace. So once you get it in the spot you want, just flip that around. And then, well, then I have to get up and go across the room and grab my Scotch tape because it's not on my table. So just a second. While I got up, I looked all around for the stamp set. Nope, it wasn't over there. So it must be in the other room. All right, so here we go. So we're taping that on. Flip it around and tape it onto the other side. Oh, you guys are so sweet. You're loving this card. Good, good, good. This will be a great card that you can make to show all of your friends that you're a brand new demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And they're just going to love it. They're going to be like, oh, wow, do you have a catalog I could have? Of course they're going to say that. They want to support you when you start something new. Stampin' Up! Is so much fun. I'm so glad I joined. How many years ago now? 13 years ago. I'm so glad that I joined. Every time I do anything with Stampin' Up, I just get excited because it's so much fun. Such a fun company to work with. Okay, so now we have our lace attached. And then what you want to do is tie off a bow with the, what is this called? Linen thread. So I did that in advance. I've got 2 of them here. I was feeling a little thumsy today, so I thought, you know what, I should just get this done in advance. And boy, it is a rough day for Kay. I don't have my glue dots in front of me. One more trip across the room. Back with glue dots. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cute little bow and no take your pick tool either. What happened to all of my stuff? It's like, wow. Well, I'll tell you what happened to it. My assistant and I worked all day yesterday getting card kits to go prepped for the September card kit. So as soon as this video is done, I am going to sit down at my computer and start printing out addresses, and then this afternoon I'm going to take them to the post office and the card kits to go will be in the mail. So that is kind of what's been happening in my world and why everything is upside down and topsy-turvy, because it's been a really busy couple of days. So, oh, look how pretty this is. Oh my gosh, it just makes my heart sing. All right, we're going to do the same thing with this one. So I'm kind of squishing this little glue dot into a little ball. Then I think it's easier to do it this way. Squish it into a little ball, put it right here where those little scallop lace pieces come together. Then take your bow and just pop that down right on top of that little glue ball and give it a little press. Oh my goodness, isn't that cute? Don't you think that that just adds the perfect touch to this card? It does, it does, it truly does. All right, so then what we're going to do is we also need, oh, didn't quite get all the stamping done. Okay, so put your jar kind of about where the jar would go, and then grab Hello Friend, because we want to have a little sentiment on the front of this card. So again, we have our Merry Merlot ink. So I'm going to ink up Hello Friend. Whenever you're working with sentiments, be sure you have it on a big enough stamp that you can see where it's going to go, and then don't squish it too hard into the ink pad because you don't want all those inky edges. So let me grab a Kleenex here. I don't want inky edges because that's just asking for a mistake. All right, so put your friend on, and the reason I say that put it on a big enough block is that way you can see all the way around it so you can make sure that you're stamping it straight. There we go. So just set it on. We'll do the same thing over here. I want to make sure that we have the friend stamped in the right spot. This time I'm inking it up very gently, and I didn't get any ink on the edges of my block. There it is. Oh, how pretty. All right, now I'm going to carefully put this ink pad away. And then we're going to set this, we're going to start putting this all together. So let's go ahead. I think we should just put it on the card front right now. So I'm going to use my stamp and seal. And then just add a little bit in the center there. And then we're going to put this over the top of our card base, of our card front, just like so. Burnish it from the back so you don't accidentally smear your ink, or if you have ink on your hands, you're not putting it onto your project. We'll do the same thing to this one. We'll set this in. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to take dimensionals. Wow, I had my dimensionals here. I didn't have to go anywhere to get them. All right, so we're just going to put in maybe a dimensional at the top of the jar. And then we'll just put 2 at the bottom to kind of whoops, that was a little too close to the edge, to stabilize it. And 1 more. There we go. Now it's time to put it onto our card. So you want to make sure that the bottom of the jar is actually at the very bottom edge of your paper. So just set that in, and I'm looking more at the bottom almost, making sure my little flowers come out just perfect at the top. Oh, so pretty. And then we'll do the same thing to this one. Get that jar resting on the bottom edge so it's not floating. There we go. And now to add the perfect finishing touch, I don't think I have, oh I do. I have a take your pick tool, but just the little refill part of it, but at least I have something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Stampin' Up! Pearls. We're going to add 3 little pearls. Oh, and I did find my pearls. They were under a whole bunch of stuff. That's why I lost them to begin with, but I found them in time for this video, thank goodness. So we're just going to add 3 little pearls around our flowers, just like that. It adds such a nice touch. Again, this is something that is going to show up a lot better in person than it does in video. So you just have to trust me. It is quite a stunning card. All right, so let me set all of this aside here. Let me grab our beautiful stamped envelopes. And there are the cards we made today. So I want to thank all of you for joining me. It was so nice to have you here. Truly appreciate you as always. And I guess we'll see you on Tuesday. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. If you are interested in joining my Creative Crafters Stamping to Share team, do reach out to me and I can answer any questions you might have about becoming either a discount demonstrator or possibly doing it as a business and starting your own business Facebook page. You guys have a great day. I truly appreciate you. Bye-bye.